Moises Caicedo close to making final transfer decision. Very huge story coming in from a very credible source, coming in from his country, that is Ecuador, and we are going to let you know what is the decision that he might make as a Brighton player to his next move, because big teams are interested in him. Close to 4 teams are interested in the service of Moises Caicedo, and he is yet to make a final decision on where he's going to go. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And we're watching us from Rokani. David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We are soon hitting 14,000 subscribers. Continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name again. Now, we are going to discuss the 2 Arsenal exits that are going to facilitate the coming in of Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice. That's another huge one that you need to know about. And lastly, we are going to discuss Ivan Fresneda, the current situation. Is Arsenal really in for him? And Fabrizio Romano is the main man behind that story. So you have every reason to stay on here and really watch the entire video, because we do 15-minute long videos. I think they're not all that long, because we used to do videos of 30 and people were complaining that, Rokani, you do long videos, yet we want to watch all of them, and data sometimes are a problem. But we are people who respect the views of our viewers, and obviously came in through and obviously said, all right, let's make it 15, 16, at most 90 or 19 or 20. But I think this one is going to be around 15, 16 minutes, and most of you will get full hold of it. Now, let's start it off with Moises Caicedo, right? Moises Caicedo, the Evening Standard has reported the following about Moises Caicedo, and they're telling us that Caicedo remains keen on joining Arsenal. Reports are claiming that the Gunners have already agreed personal terms with Moises Caicedo and are hoping to complete the signings of 2 elite midfielders this summer. Chelsea are also in the race but cannot offer him USL football. That is it. Now, I want to clarify something about personal terms. You know, by the time Arsenal agreed personal terms with Moises Caicedo, it was around January, and lots of things have gone ahead to change at Arsenal. What is the big impact that has gone ahead to change at Arsenal? Arsenal are now in the Champions League. If at all you know how these contracts are done of these players, they'll always include clauses like, if we play Champions League football, I get such and such amount of money. You know, if we win the trophy, I earn such and such amount of money. If we get through the group stages, I earn such and such amount of money. And all that are included into the personal terms. Now, I believe there has to be a review of the personal terms of Arsenal and Moises Caicedo. Though people are really fronting it that they're going to have to agree personal terms, but a review is going to be made. It's like if at all Arsenal were in for Yuri Tielemans, you know, they agreed personal terms 2 years ago in 2021. That means they are into a position of reviewing these contracts. So these personal terms of Moises Caicedo have to be reviewed again if at all a deal is struck by Arsenal. But the fact is, Chelsea is also in need of the player, and they're trying to really put in their bid. But just get to know that Arsenal are really a step ahead of Chelsea. Why? Arsenal are into the Champions League. They are playing into the Champions League, and that is something important for Moises Caicedo. He wants to play in the Champions League, and he will like Brighton to sell him to a team that he loves to go on and play for, like how McAllister went ahead to do everything. He has just been confirmed as a Liverpool player today. He loved to go to Liverpool. Man United wanted McAllister, but obviously he said, no way, I'm going to Liverpool. I've already sold my soul and everything to Liverpool. That's where I want to be and see myself winning trophies after lifting the World Cup trophy. Now, let's go to this source coming in from Ecuador, where Moises Caicedo was born and bred. Now, it's known as Teledeportes. They are saying that Moises Caicedo's decision on his next move is very close, accompanied by this graphic suggesting the player has chosen Arsenal. So, I'm going to show you the graphics that they're really talking about, but the Moises Caicedo decision on his next club is very close, and very soon we will be told which club Moises Caicedo has gone ahead to really choose. But when you look at the person behind this artwork, that is Teledeportes, You see him there. Look at where Chelsea is. The most clear image is that of Moises Caicedo donned into an Arsenal shirt. Look at that of Chelsea. It's very faint. So, if at all you know what we call photographic interpretation, we will all understand that the most clear shows where Moises Caicedo is leaning up to. But a final decision has not been made. But Moises Caicedo. Rumors around the corridor indicate that Moises Caicedo is sold onto an idea of joining Arsenal. That's it. But it's not only Chelsea and Arsenal. Manchester United have gone ahead and really told Brighton and Mr. Bloom that keep us abreast according to or in every development about Moises Caicedo's situation at your club. They are admiring the player. Erik ten Hag admires Moises Caicedo, and I think that can be the hugest stumbling block for this deal. Moises Caicedo will be into a hard press and a rock if at all United comes in through and pledges a bid, and even Arsenal goes ahead to put their bid, because he really understands what United and Arsenal are. You know, when two teams playing the Champions League come out and obviously put in a bid, then it comes hard. But on Chelsea and Arsenal, it's easy for him because Arsenal are favorites. They're really competing to win the league, and they capitulated. And Brighton was among the teams that really led to the capitulation of Arsenal because they beat them by 3-0 at Emirates. And Caicedo also injured their player, that is Gabriel Martinelli. Then they are into the Champions League. So they were like, they might be a Caicedo and a Declan Rice away from really competing for the league. That's it. You add those two engines in the midfield with the versatility of Moises Caicedo, can play as a right back, can play as a CDM, can play as a cam, can play as a central attack midfielder. You really understand exactly what Arsenal is bringing in. But he's close to making his transfer decision. We don't know where he's going to go, but all we can tell you is that he's leaning towards joining Arsenal as his transfer decision is imminent. That's it. So that is it coming in from Moises Caicedo, and let's go to the story of Xhaka being reported by 90-minute football. 90-minute football have told us that Granit Xhaka is leaving Arsenal to join Bayern Leverkusen, and Xhaka Lokonga, whose loan spell at Crystal Palace didn't work out, is also likely to be moved on. Their exits could facilitate the arrival of Caicedo and Rice, with Arsenal keen to sign both players despite their lofty prices. Everyone will ask, alright, Arsenal is making exits, but who are those going to come in through to really replace these players? Arsenal have gone ahead to really look at a very huge list of midfielders, but the first two they need are Moises Caicedo and there is Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice. Mount was there. He found himself in a situation of really telling them that I prefer to play for Man United than Arsenal and Liverpool. I don't want to come to Arsenal because Arsenal is a London club. It's a rival club with Chelsea, so I don't want to go that side. After Arsenal knowing that they are going in for James Maddison, so those are the three central midfielders that Arsenal are really going in for. Declan Rice, James Maddison, and Moises Caicedo. Those are the three players that Arsenal is really interested in. But for Xhaka, he's going to Bayern Leverkusen. That's it. But Arsenal wants to first bring in Declan Rice and then release Granit Xhaka. That's it. So one will ask, is Declan Rice a replacement for Granit Xhaka? Yes, he is, because Declan Rice can play that box-to-box role like Granit Xhaka used to play for Arsenal, meaning that Thomas Partey and Jorginho might come out and obviously fight for that central defensive midfield position. But if at all Moises Caicedo also is signed and brought in, then the tide changes eventually. Why? It's very hard, if at all you are elite manager and understanding, to go ahead and obviously bench a player whom you've bought in at 70-80 million pounds. That's it, because pressure will be on you. Why are you benching a player of 70 million pounds? You see, even Pep Guardiola, the whole of last season, he couldn't bench Jack Grealish because he had bought him £100 million. And at least this one we've seen Jack Grealish unfold himself into a very good player. But remember, the other season, things never went that way, you know? So, if Arsenal bring in Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo, that means these two will always be playing in that central midfield alongside Martin Odegaard, meaning that Thomas Partey and Jorginho will be finding just limited playing time, and obviously Arsenal will be willing to move them on as they plan to sign other midfielders in the summer of 2024. So, Xhaka is leaving, and Albert Sambi Lokonga is also leaving. Albert Sambi Lokonga was loaned to Crystal Palace. His loan spell hit a dead end when Patrick Vieira, a manager who admired him, was sacked from Crystal Palace. After him getting sacked, it was so hard for him to find his way through into the starting 11 of Roy Hodgson, the caretaker manager that really saved Crystal Palace from being relegated. So, rumors are that Vincent Kompany's Burnley are really interested in him, as he was his former player at Anderlecht in Belgium, where Arsenal signed him from, and Arteta signed him on the recommendation of Vincent Kompany. The question is, how did Mikel Arteta and Vincent Kompany become great buddies? By the time Arteta was at City, Vincent Kompany was there. He was the captain. Arteta was the first assistant coach of Man City, with Pep Guardiola being at the helm of the management team, and that's where they really got to know one another. And with Vincent Kompany into the coaching business, obviously had to be talking to Mikel Arteta, as Mikel Arteta was also vying to become a coach or a permanent manager of Arsenal. So Albert Sambi Lokonga is also leaving, and Arsenal is bringing in Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice. And if Arsenal bring in Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice, it will be a very, 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 very good signing. That double will be really great, because the intensity that these two players hold is really high, and the game of football shifted from being talented, but intensity and physicality are really part of that. So talent is good, but talent will thrive better when you put in intensity and obviously your workaholics being above the ordinary. That is the story coming in from 90 Minute More, and let's close it up with the Ivan Fresneda deal being revealed to us by Fabrizio Romano. The latest about this deal, I know very many viewers of this channel would want to know what it's all about. Now, we've been told Borussia Dortmund are leading the race since January for Ivan Fresneda, but as of today, nothing's done, sealed and agreed. There is still work to do before signing the Spanish RB. No announcement imminent, no deal in place yet. Just talks ongoing with Borussia Dortmund on it. So, looks like Arsenal are not on it as Borussia Dortmund is. Borussia Dortmund look like they are sold onto an idea of really signing the player that is Ivan Fresneda. He's a very talented player that they all wish to have, but as it stands, Arsenal are looking elsewhere. They've gone ahead to scout Saja Boy. You know that very well, that they've gone ahead to scout him. That is Saja Boy. You know him very well. Then they've gone ahead to scout another player. They've gone ahead to scout another player known as João Cancelo, leading the race, or topping the list of the would-be right back that Mikel Arteta would want to see play his right back position at Arsenal. That is João Cancelo. So with Arsenal identifying João Cancelo and Saja Boy, looks like for Ivan Fresneda, they're not so much sold onto the move for him, because most of the games I've seen Valladolid play, he has not been making it in the starting 11. He has been playing off the bench, but he's a very good and talented player. That is Ivan Fresneda. It looks like Borussia Dortmund are really activating everything, and they are really on it, trying to push to get him in as their new right back next season. So guys, your thoughts onto Moises Caicedo close to making transfer decision are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Xhaka and Albert Sambi Lokonga leaving, then Arsenal will be welcoming in Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo. When you look at Xhaka, he'll go for like 20 million pounds or 15 million pounds, and I think the Arsenal can get like 30 million pounds from Albert Sambi Lokonga, facilitating almost half of the deal of Moises Caicedo. Ivan Fresneda, do you think Arsenal should really add in more power to get him in, or to get that transfer over the line? All that and more into the comment section below. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim friends, may Allah protect you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later.